Good morning, everybody. This is Inspired and Unextinguishable. My name's Deborah. And I want to ask you, what is creativity for you? We have been so creative in our lives in ways we don't even recognize. And there's a cat. There's a cat who wants to, come here, Goma. Come on, Goma, you. She wants me to pet her, and so she's gone down to the this thing here that's holding the what is it? My tripod, and she's trying to pet herself against the tripod. But anyway, so creativity. Everybody, as I said, is what I have felt since I was a child, that life itself is creativity, and my life is creativity, and it's the breath of life, and yet so often we think, oh, I'm not creative. Now, creativity expresses itself so differently through every breathing human being, and and through nature and through animals. And this morning, there's so much wind, and to me, that's creativity in motion from the earth, from the elements. And in thinking about this morning how everyone's going to share what they feel creativity is, or what it is not, or and how they actually really recognize their creativity, or they don't recognize their creativity. Uh, I I can't define it or share what it is for you, and you can't share what it is for me, because we're each in our own experience of it. That's the beauty of life. And for me, creativity is this feeling of this luxurious, opulent energy flowing through me. And it's both sensual and spiritual. And it's always related, it's always directly an experience that I feel in nature, in my nature, my true nature, and the organic earth. And I do things in order to feel more of that creative energy. And without it, I feel kind of dead, actually. So that creativity, the way it calls to me, in my experience of my soul, is is going to be different than yours. Mine, I haven't I haven't been taught to paint, how to paint. I actually took some classes when I went to college, and I really didn't like them. It was on perspective, and so I was just very like a free spirit around creativity. And when I studied dancing, that's probably the closest I came to actually learning, learning things, and being open to learning. You know, I remember my art teacher in high school saying, "Oh, just I'm not even going to talk to you because you won't listen. Just go for it, Debbie. Go and use the clay and do what you want to do here in this art room." I was blessed to have such an, experience. And she just let me do what I wanted to do. And that was what worked for me. But for others, creativity is their creativity is calling them to take a class, to learn things, and in that way, in that more, that way, in college or whatever, right? So it's always so different for everybody, and and it could be creativity is nothing to do with painting or writing like I do. Um, it's how you express yourself. Creativity is life, and creativity can't help but move through your life or be blocked. And you can feel the block in your life, or you can feel the flow. I'll share some of what creativity feels like to me in my life. Um, it's very opulent. It's very luxurious. It's sensual and spiritual. It's very colorful. It's completely free and flowing, and it's like listening to a song, and it's like being in tune or out of tune. It's like it's dancing a dance, and it's being in the alignment with the earth and the breathing from the earth or not, the breathing with my being or not. It's that the creativity is when it is in alignment, when I do feel that abundance flowing through me and rising up in me. And that's just some of what creativity is for me. And it feels true. It feels real. It's it's both it's both this great etheric ethereal experience, but it's also practical. It's also real in this earth in an earthly sense. So, and that can is reflected in my paintings, in my poetry, in my stories, and I'm self-taught as a painter and a poet too, and a writer. And I actually, when I went to college, took a class from a rather famous poet, and I remember. I mean, I was just, I was very rebellious about a lot of things. I mean, very free spirited. I mean, I still am. But I remember I didn't feel resonant with him, with his class at all. Felt like we were just critiquing and tearing apart things and just analyzing through the brain. And for me, creativity is life. Creativity is truth. And true creativity is love. And true love is creativity. And so it's a self inward process of becoming more and more true to myself, more and more true to what's flowing through me. And come here, Goma. But in this time of after the flood and the Hurricane Helen, I was talking to an artist. He makes jewelry, incredible copper jewelry, and I always remember he told me as we were just taking a little break from cleaning the house I was living in. I had been living in, the mud and the just all the gunk, and just kind of reeling and finding our stability in the new that we were facing. He said to me that now his creativity was bringing water to people. It was washing walls. It makes me cry when I think of it. So he actually could really feel the power of creativity that he was so aware of in his body, in his consciousness, in his heart, when he had been making this beautiful jewelry and his beautiful creations, where he was really focusing in that literal way on what we would call a creative expression. He was able to absolutely feel that creativity was just flowing into the helping people, the dealing with all the mess, and how to make order out of it, to make beauty revealed again in our daily life. And that was so beautiful to me. I always remember it. And that, I think, is when you can see your artistic spirit and not only have it in one part of life, so that you feel, well, I don't paint, I don't write, I don't sculpt, I don't all the different things that I don't make music. I'm not creative. I'm just I'm washing dishes now. I'm cooking a meal now. I'm working in my garden. These are from a place of viewing creativity as life and letting the soul express itself in our bodies, through our hands, through our bodies, through our movement. Because to do anything, we move. Even if we're sitting, if we're in stillness, there is still a movement going, the movement of life flowing through us, and that is creativity. So, what is creativity for you? What is creativity for you? And what is creativity calling you, not from a place of what you think you should do, or what you think creativity is, or what you think you should do in general. Creativity is love. So, and true love and true creativity cannot be put in a box. Just like spirituality can't be put in a box. I myself, when I heard this person tell me this artist, about how he was feeling, his creativity was just now flowing into all the very practical, mundane tasks that were before him in our community. I felt, well, I had to, what was real for me was that I didn't feel my creativity was actually flowing into those things. That was the doing that was the movement of just doing what I needed to do, or what I was called to do. Like when I'm washing dishes, when I'm cooking a meal, I don't feel the same spark. Well, when I'm cooking a meal, I definitely feel a spark. But there's also different levels of what lights us up. And to be lit up like a blazing fire, or blooming flower, that fullness of creativity. To have allow all sorts of levels, the spectrum of creativity, and to feel like it helped me to see how, this is creativity too. And if doing that was really creativity to me, in that fullness, then I would maybe stop doing my writing, because I'm writing a book now. It's a collection of stories that are all related in some way, and I would just be maybe helping to clean out. I would be doing more those things, but it's not, and so I need to be alive, to feel I'm alive, really alive. And my soul is leading my life. I need to, even during this time, as I've shared, I'm still writing my book. I have to. I'm compelled to. And I have that freedom to do that, which I totally realize. Other people may not, other people may. It's all different. Not everybody here has been writing a book, of course. Not everybody here wants to paint or dance or sing, but none of it is higher or lower from the other. And that is really the circle of community where everybody's sharing their gifts, and that's why community is beautiful and loving, because everyone knows. Everybody knows when everybody knows. They are not less than anyone else, nor is anybody higher. And there's no need for that. Because I think feeling disempowered in some way really blocks the light within us. It's like putting clouds over the sun within us. Because the truth is that we've all been given this soul that's shining in our beings, and we all have these amazing bodies, whatever they look like or feel like sometimes, or it's whatever we may feel limited by some ways. It's just the awareness of all the beautiful, amazing, creative life we've been given. And if we weren't, we're dead. You know, if you've ever seen a dead body is no longer creating. The soul is gone somewhere else to create. So to me, creativity is life. Creativity is the truth of who we are. So I wonder if there's anything I can show you here. I guess Gomashio is gone. So this is Debbie at Inspired and Inextinguishable. Inextinguishable. Saying, have a creative day being you.